The most effective method to learning anything is to teach it, period. There are two main ways of learning, passive and active. Passive learning is simply taking in information. This can be in the form of watching a video, reading a book, or listening to a lecture. However, passive learning does not easily allow for the retention of information. You could rewatch, reread, or re-listen to help reinforce ideas, but your working memory just doesn't work best that way. If you try to remember something right now, you'll find it much easier to remember something you did than something you watched. This is an example of active versus passive. Some methods do a better job at holding information to memory than others.
Can't believe how much I'm learning.
Let's talk about active learning. Active learning involves, well, action. This can be in the form of writing down, saying aloud, or implementing what you have learned. If you've ever prepared for a written test, a spoken presentation, or the Super Smash Con Nintendo 64 combo contest, I likely don't have to argue that these methods of learning are far superior to any method that is passive. But the active method of learning that reigns supreme is teaching. Already, it is a great method of learning because it is active. But there are three more key points unique to this method of learning that make it, without a doubt, the most effective way to learn. Number 1, you are held accountable. Whether you are teaching to a single person, a group, or an audience, because you are teaching, you now have a sense of accountability. Not only does this accountability encourage you to ensure accuracy, something you are less likely to do otherwise, but it also works your memory harder. This is because your subconscious wants to ensure what you teach is in your retrievable memory, so you could save your reputation if you realize you taught something incorrectly. For example, if I taught you 5 plus 5 equals 11, and later I learned 5 plus 5 actually equals 10, I would make the connection I taught you the wrong thing because what I taught you is in my retrievable memory. This is truly because the human nature does not want to be seen as wrong. Number 2, it forces you to learn everything. For almost all methods of learning, there is little incentive to go over every part of the process. However, if you are teaching someone, you are forced to review starting at their level. This encourages you to develop a true mastery of every aspect, from the basics to the intermediate to the advanced. Number 3, you spot knowledge gaps. A knowledge gap is no more than an area of knowledge that you are missing. Because you are teaching someone else, you won't just give information, but will want to explain. In trying to explain, you might realize you don't fully understand something yourself, thus discovering a knowledge gap. This is actually known as the Feynman technique to learning. The only difference is that the Feynman technique specifies that you should explain as if you were teaching to a 5-year-old. That way, you can't BS or handwave any teachings, ensuring that you fully understand it yourself to the nth degree. This ties into number 2, because not only are you being incentivized to review your lower level knowledge, but you could actually discover knowledge gaps you would have never encountered otherwise. Compare this to the scenario of preparing for a test. You think you know everything, but you give one practice problem a try. You do it in minutes, too easy. You have some time, so you do another one. But you can't. You realize you don't know how to do it. Ding ding ding! You just discovered a knowledge gap. So you search online and learn how to solve the problem and fill the gap. Nice. This is exactly how teaching as a method of learning works. Perhaps in teaching basic math, like addition, you would never find a knowledge gap. But in Super Smash Bros., even the basics are overwhelmingly vast. That is why I am always happy to and always see the benefit in teaching anyone at any level. If you want to hear more about mindset, improvement, competition, and anything Smash Bros., be sure to hit that DK thumbs up and spank that subscribe button. New uploads every Monday and Thursday, so don't miss out. Thanks, guys.